frequency response of second order system. Okay, so to obtain the frequency response characteristics of a given second order system and to comment on its damping. So which type of damping we are using. So for that, this is the circuit diagram. Okay, so circuit diagram where VI is the input voltage applied. We have three set of elements: resistance, inductance and capacitance. Okay, inductance value is 100 millihenry and this is capacitance is 0.051 microfarad. This is your frequency response of second order system study unit kit. Okay, so where your inductance is 100 millihenry, capacitance is 0.01 microfarad. It is fixed. Okay, but you have three set of resistance values. Okay, we'll measure all the three set and we'll select one of that to measure. So which question resistance value will be given? For that you need to connect the circuit. Okay, so the first one is, if you measure the circuit, it's around 1 kilo ohm. 1 kilo ohm, that is, this is R1 is 1 kilo ohm. Next is R2. R2 is around 6.4 kilo ohm. R2 is 6.4 kilo ohm. 6.38 or 6.4 kilo ohm. And next R3 is 10k. Okay, so R1 is 1k, this is 6.4 kilo ohm, this is 1k and this is 10k. Okay, now I'll connect for 6.3 kilo ohm for this experiment. Okay, so the connection is very simple. So there is no connecting point with resistance and inductance. So connect a patch card and then this capacitance, inductance and capacitance, one more patch card. Okay. So here you have a frequency, but with some problem we are going with external signal generator to provide the signal, external signal generator to provide the frequency. Okay. So here I told you I will use R2 as 6.33. So first from the signal generator I am going to connect it to R2 because this knob is 6.33. Okay, so this is red and black is across the output. Okay, so from the circuit, this is input point, that is VI. One point input is across resistance and the common terminal, that is common point of C. So from here I have connected it as R2, that is red, and black is across C. Input is across R2 and C. Okay, so after this is you are providing the signal from the signal generators. So in the CRO you have two different channels, channel 1 and channel 2. Channel 1 is connected to input and channel 1 is connected to input, channel 2 is connected to output. So from the circuit, input is nothing but across R and C. So from there where you have connected the signal generator, there only I will connect with the your red point. Okay, now I will connect with the output where the output V0 is across the capacitance. So I will connect this across capacitance. Okay, so these are the connections. Connection is over now. Switch on the supply. Okay, so after switching on the supply, for the reference you should keep the frequency in 100 Hertz. Okay, so initial settings, keep it in 100 Hertz and set your input voltage 4 volt peak to peak. Okay, this is peak to peak, the voltage should be 4 volt. This is the amplitude knob. Please vary it and make it 4 volt. So can you see, this is channel 1, it is in channel 1, this is 4 volt. If you want you can make it ground and check it. So 4 volt peak to peak. Okay, so your knobs, all frequency, time division as well as voltage knob should be in 1 volt. Okay. Then when you press dual, your output, you see, you can see only the output. This will be the output if you release the dual. So press it in dual and press this XY mode, you will get the lysogenous figure. Okay, so this lysogenous figure is very important for you measuring the angle. So when you press this XY mode, you will get the Lisiginous figure. This is complete, okay, that is Y, complete divisions, okay, and then this crossing point will be Y1, this will be Y2. I will show in the manual where the Lisiginous figure. So the complete amplitude is Y2, but where it is crossing, top crossing and bottom crossing of the Y-axis is nothing but Y1. Okay, so that is shown in the Lisiginous figure. Okay, so keeping the frequency of 100 Hertz, vary the amplitude and set the input voltage 4 volt peak to peak by keeping in channel 1. Then you press the dual button, you will get the Lisiginous figure. Okay, so this dual should be in channel 1, dual should be released and press the Lisiginous screen. Okay, so from the manual we have given the Lisiginous figure. What is that? So this is a Lisiginous figure. This is complete Y2. Okay, that is from peak to peak is Y2, and then where your plot is crossing your Y-axis, top and bottom, is nothing but Y1. Okay, so that I will show it in your thing. That is, this is complete Y2. So this value will be Y2, and where it is crossing, okay, I will vary with some value and then show you. So top where it's crossing the Y-axis and bottom where it's crossing the Y-axis. So when you consider on the top it is 0.2 and bottom also it is 0.2. So 0.2 plus 0.2 is 0.4. 0.4 divided by 4. Sine inverse of the formula is to find the phase angle. Sine inverse of Y1 by Y2. Okay, in this you got it. Y1 as 0.4, Y2 as, okay, I'll take for example, can you see? You should start it from 100. Okay, so start from 100 Hertz. Go in 1 decade, since you're plotting this in semi-log graph sheet, in 1 decade you should take around 4 readings. So 100 Hertz, 200 Hertz, okay, third one 400 Hertz, fourth one that is 600 Hertz or 700 Hertz, okay, fourth one is 700 Hertz, fifth one is 1000 Hertz. Okay, so like this, keep the frequency in 100, 200. So for 200 I am showing an example here. So keeping the frequency in 200, measure what is the voltage, what is the complete amplitude, it is 4. Okay, complete amplitude Y2 is 4. We'll measure Y1. So Y1 is 0.2 top, 0.2 bottom, it is 0.4. So Y1 will be 0.4. Okay, phase angle formula, phi is equal to sine inverse of Y1 by Y2. Okay, we'll calculate the phase angle. You got the value of Y1 and Y2. Y1 is 0.4 for 200 Hertz frequency. Y2 is 4. So shift of sine inverse of 0.4 divided by 4. Okay, so you'll get it as 5.73. 5.73. Okay, so for 200, if you go keep it in 100, so go step by step from 100, 200, 400, 700, 1000, then 2K, 4K, 7K, 10K, 20K. So till where you will get the readings, you can measure it. So now I have kept in 100. We'll measure what is Y1 and Y2. Okay, so this Y2 is 4, but Y1 is, here it is a 0.1. Okay, so note down in your tabular column, for 100 Hertz, Y1 is 0.1, Y2 is 4. So shift of sine inverse of 0.1 by 4. We'll get it as 1.43. Okay, so like this you need to continue the experiment in steps of, so I started with 100, 200, 400, 700, 1K, okay, and then 2K, 4K, 7K, 10K, 20K, 40K, 70K, 100K. So for all these readings, measure what is Y1, Y2 and phase angle. So you need to measure input voltage. You have set it as 4 volt peak to peak, it will be same. So while measuring Y1 and Y2, you need to measure the output voltage. So I'll show you how to measure the output voltage. Release this Lysogenous figure and press this, because this is in channel 1 now. If you press, it will be in channel 2. Channel 2 is nothing but output. So what is the amplitude of this? So again 4 volt. Okay, so 4 volt peak to peak. Okay, so that is the output voltage. Similarly, if I keep it in 200, okay, so 200 hertz, okay, 200 hertz, and then Lysogenous figure will be this. Okay, already we have measured 0.2 plus 0.2, 0.4. Okay, if you release that and press this button, that will be Y, that is output voltage. So how much you are getting the output voltage, you measure it and write down in your this is manual. So tabulate for each 100 hertz 3 things you need to measure. 100 hertz you keep it in signal generator, and 3 terms you need to measure is output voltage, Y1 and Y2. Okay, so if you release the channel and press XY mode, you will get Y1 and Y2, and if you release XY mode and press this channel for channel 2, you will get the output voltage. Okay, so as you go on, the output voltage may reduce, so that you will get some this gain in dB. You need to calculate gain in dB. After note down all this output voltage, 20 log V0 by Vi. Okay, so V0 is 4 volt, Vi is 4 volt, but after if you proceed, you will get the value of output voltage, it will be reduced, so you will get negative gains in dBs. So that you need to plot it. You have 2 model graph, gain in dB versus frequency, phase in degree versus frequency. Do both in same graph. So x-axis is frequency, y-axis is magnitude as well as phase angle. Okay, so that is, this is a semi-log graph sheet. So one unit will be for decades. Decade scales will be semi-log graph sheet. So what you need to do, measure the frequency here, gain in dB, you will get here values, plot it, and then measure the calculate the phase angle. Plotting the phase angle, you will get from 0 to phase angle will be increasing. So you will get a plot like this for second order characteristics. Okay, this frequency response of a second order system. We studied the frequency response by plotting the graph, that is magnitude versus frequency, angle versus frequency, and you need to comment on its damping. So to comment on its damping, you should do this calculation, that is R square less than 4L by C. You know what is R value? 6.33. L and C. Do that. If R square is greater than this, you will get underdamped system. It is equal, you will get critically damped system. If R square is 4L by C, it's an overdamped system. I think this R square and 4LC by if you do the calculation, you will get R square is equal to 4L by C. It is critically damped system. So the comment, your given system is critically damped system. If R value is 1K, initially only I showed you 3 values of R you have, 1K, 6.3 and 10K. Okay, all are in kilo ohm. Okay, so kilo ohm, so 6.3 kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm and 10 kilo ohm. So if you measure this, write these values in this equation and calculate it, you will get critically damped. If you go for 1K, it will be less than 4L by C, underdamped. If you go for 10K, it will be greater than 4L by C, it will be overdamped. Okay, so that system you need to calculate, and finally you need to conclude it that the system is critically damped system. Okay, so for your reference I am keeping one more frequency, 2.05K. Okay, that is 2K. We'll measure first what is the Lysogenous figure. Okay, complete is Y2 and crossing point is Y1. So here it is, this is 1 and then it's around 1.5 top, and bottom it's 1.3, so 2.8, 1.45, 2.8 divided by 4. Okay, so 2.8 divided by 4. For example, if I write it for 2K, after 1K, 2K, okay, you are getting Y1 as 2.8 and this as 4. So shift of sine inverse of 2.8 divided by 4, you will get it as 44 degree, 44.72 degree. Okay, so at this point you need to measure the output. Okay, see, can you observe the output has been reduced now? It's not 4 volt, 1, 2, 1.8, again here it's 1.8, around 3.6. Okay, so your output voltage is 3.6 for 2K. Can you observe? So initially it was 4 volt. So 4 volt by 4 volt will be 0. Gain will be 0. But afterwards, for increasing frequency, your output voltage has been reduced. So 3.4 volt divided by, or 3.6 divided by 4 volt, you will get some gain in dBs. ಹಿಂಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಇನ್ನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಎರಡು. Okay, when you are increasing the frequency, it's in 2K. I'll come back to 2K again. So when you are increasing it, okay, so can you observe your miscellaneous figure? It's changing. At one point both y1 and y2 will be equal. So sin inverse of y1 by y2, what is that? Is 4 by 4. Sin inverse of 0, that will be 90 degree. Also, that is cancelled. 1 sin inverse of 1 is 90 degree. So after this, when you increase, can you see it has shifted to the third quadrant now. First, second, third, fourth. So previous it was in second quadrant. When you increase with the frequency, and at one point it will become 0, and then when it comes to the other, that is in third quadrant, you should take the angle phi is equal to 180 minus sin inverse of y1 by y2. It is given in the manual. Okay, so can you see this? The Lisiginous pattern is like this. It is sin inverse of y1 by y2. If it turns to your third quadrant, then it will be 180 minus sin inverse of y1 by y2. This has to be taken care and complete it. So I think you will get, it's already 12K, around 20K you may get the readings. Once it both y1 and y2 will coincide, stop the experiment and calculate all the readings, that is gain in dB, phase angle, and plot the graph.